our favorites. Ryan McClure is with the City Arch River Foundation, and to let people know, there is government is working quite well. There is the federal government, the national parks, City Arch River, which is the private funding arm,
right,
and then the Great Rivers Greenway, the board that I sit on, which is taxpayer funded, taxpayer voted on, to raise money for the Arch grounds.
That's right. All of those agencies working together for this common goal of transforming the Arch experience and really connecting the Arch to the city that it represents. So it's been a very unique, beautiful partnership to watch unfold.
Okay, so we'll get to Kiener Plaza, what's going to open up this weekend. But first, let's talk about the Arch grounds, because you've opened up quite a bit of the Arch grounds.
That's right.
And there was flooding this past weekend, or the last couple of weeks.
Right.
And some people were like, "Oh, great, the Arch ground, the Arch flood." It was designed to do exactly what happened.
That's
correct?
absolutely right, McGraw. So we knew that the riverfront was going to flood under historic conditions like we've had over the last several weeks. This was the 5th highest crest ever recorded on the St. Louis riverfront. So the improvements were designed to eliminate some of those routine flooding occurrences that shut down the riverfront every year.
Right.
But we knew the historic flooding occurrences would still shut it down. But as you said, it's designed so to withstand all that, and it's easier to clean up once that happens.
And so now the cleanup begins, and did everything work the way it was supposed to?
As far as we know so far, everything worked the way it was supposed to. There was no significant damage at all, and the riverfront should be open by now. If it's not, it would be in the next couple days.
So congrats to everybody for coming up with a plan, a painstaking plan that ultimately turned out to work perfectly.
Well, yeah, and that's a huge credit to Great Rivers Greenway and their construction crews and designers that really, I think, designed that project in the right way.
Yeah. Where are we with the Arch grounds and everything else going on?
So the Arch grounds, everything to the south and the north of the Arch is open. So that entire park area, almost all 91 acres of the Arch is open for the public to come and enjoy, including the area that used to be a parking garage and now is a beautiful 7.5 acre park where we're going to host a concert series in August, Blues at the Arch. So there's a lot to come down and explore and enjoy at the Arch grounds. We hope people come down and do that.
And what's the status of having the fireworks on July 4th back at the Arch grounds?
So Fair St. Louis will still be at Forest Park this year because of the construction that's still going on underneath the Arch. So the Museum and Visitor Center construction right there. Not conducive to holding Fair St. Louis there yet, but after that, once everything's done, we certainly hope that they come back.
When's the new opening going to be done?
So right now, our contractor schedule are saying that the west entrance, the new entrance to the Visitor Center, should be done by the end of the year.
Okay.
We're still waiting on a schedule on the museum exhibits, so that's something we hope to have and release in the next couple of weeks.
All right, Ryan McClure with City Arch River. Now, let's talk about Kiener Plaza, because you go down to a Cardinal game, you go downtown, and Kiener Plaza has been ripped up completely.
It's completely different. It's really the only thing that remains from the previous iteration of Kiener Plaza is the runner. And that's a feature and an iconic statue that a lot of people in St. Louis really hold dear to.
Sure.
And so that has remained. It's in the center of the park, still in a fountain, but everything else is different. There's a courthouse lawn that can fit over 2,000 people for concerts, events, festivals, movies. There's a playground. One of only 2 playgrounds in downtown St. Louis is now in Kiener Plaza. There's an interactive water feature, otherwise known as a splash pad, that kids can run around and play in, Kids at Heart as well. Lots of shade, 40 tables and 90 chairs for people to come down and enjoy their lunch, bring a picnic.
Right.
There's just a lot to love about Kiener Plaza, the new form of it, and we're really excited to get it open on May 19th.
All right, so what's happening on May 19th?
So May 19th, ribbon cutting at noon, and then everybody can come into the park, enjoy it, explore it. We're going to have some great music from the Kelly Wilde Duo, and we'll have food trucks, a lot of great things on Friday. On Saturday, at 11 o'clock to 6 p.m., we're going to have a huge community party in Kiener Plaza. So it'll lead right up to a Cardinal baseball game. So right off the bat, we're opening Kiener to a Cardinal rally, just like people remember it.
Right.
So it'll be a pet-friendly event because they're doing pooches in the park that evening. And lots of great music. Javier Mendoza, Borderline, Acoustic Element. Lots of fun kids activities and
Fredbird
and Team Fredbird, can't forget that. So it's going to be really exciting. We want people to come down on Saturday at 11 a.m. to 6 p.m.
The website to find out more.
cityarchriver.org/Kiener.
All right, Ryan McClure, last question for you here. The Harry Weber statue that was beautifully placed right there on the river with Lewis and Clark and the dog coming back after their long journey. Where's that statue?
It is now on Lenore K. Sullivan Boulevard, so we raised it up higher. It's on higher ground. It did get some water during this recent flooding, but if you remember, when it was down on the levee, you would just see Clark's hat waving out of the water.
Right.
Well, I'd say, it was up to his knees this time.
Okay.
So that's much better.
But it's still cool because you can take a picture of the keelboat landing on when the water rises. You can catch it, so it's just the right time.
Right.
It looks
kind of looked
the
like they were
statue
sailing
was actually really landing. Yeah,
it's
it was really
cool.
good. All right, Nan, City Arch River raised how much money privately?
$250 million out of the $380 million project. So the project is about 58% privately funded.
Right, and so $250 million of really rich people donating to the City Arch River. So next time you want to complain about rich people, some of them, quite often, many of them give to great organizations like this. And Andy Taylor is now running City Arch River, right?
He is currently the chairman of our board, and Carolyn Kendall, also from Enterprise Foundation, is our vice chairman.
But really, the real work is done by this guy, Ryan McClure, communications director.
That's giving me way too much credit.
City Arch River. Ryan, thanks for coming in.
All right, thank you both.
812 Big 550 KTRS.